Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here. Welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of November 22nd. We are 1 week, a little bit less technically, away from the expansion of Dragonflight. As normal, we'll get started with the Mythic Plus affixes. I said this at the beginning of Shadowlands too. Until we get a Mythic Plus rotation, this will be the last time I give affixes, for a little while. This week, it looks like we have explosive and bursting, so it would be tyrannical, explosive, bursting, and shrouded. Again, that looks like tyrannical, explosive, bursting, and shrouded. If I'm being completely honest, I don't really care about Mythic Plus this week at all. I am just super hyped for the expansion to come out. Monday night for me is when it'll be, and I'm super excited just to get out there, level as fast as I can, and start the gearing process, because that's really like the most fun thing for me. And I think a lot of people come back at the beginning of expansions for that reason, to kind of get into that first stage where you're like gearing up your character, and it feels like a very meaningful process. Some people lose that feeling season to season, I feel like, but I think most people think it's like a meaningful process of gearing your character that first time in an expansion. I definitely feel that way as well. There's not a ton going on because everything's going to be coming to an end this week, so that way you don't get any kind of like bonuses leveling up in Dragonflight. So you have until Sunday to do the Harvest Festival, do the WoW's anniversary stuff. We do have a PvP brawl this week as well. It's our last week to do the Fated Raids, to like get your mounts and stuff like that at the high drop rate for the mounts. Getting 2 per boss kill guarantee. And then they'll eventually shift to Legacy, to where, it's going to be like a 1% drop rate or whatever, 3%, whatever they put it at for like the Jailer mount and stuff like that, and Sylvanas' mount. So it's your last week there. And yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. I'm super hyped for it though. The biggest thing that we can hope for this week, in my opinion, is any kind of news coming out. Are we going to have more tuning coming out this week? Is there going to be any class tuning? We've seen minor class tuning here and there. Pretty much every day or every couple days there's some sort of class tuning coming out. Is there going to be anything significant for me? As a Ret Paladin, I've been waiting for any kind of Ret Paladin changes, and there really haven't been any. Obviously, I would like to get a buff or something to strengthen the spec, but that does not appear like it's going to happen, unfortunately. That would be my most intriguing thing for sure. But just looking for any other changes as well. Any kind of news to come out at all is always going to be great. There was a bunch of dev interviews. I didn't think too much interesting things were said during them. That's why I didn't really cover them at all. A lot of times you'll see me do like a review of a dev interview. I didn't really find any of them compelling. Mostly just the same stuff. They're saying the right things. They're saying the whole, community feedback. We're listening to the community now. We're trying to figure out what's best, from that point of view. And mostly everything was good that they said, but it just wasn't like super interesting. It was a lot of reiterations, in my opinion, from previous things that they said, so I didn't really cover those at all. One, I did see that Jeremy Fiesel Muffinus did an interview as well. I was hoping maybe they would ask him something about secrets, but they did not do that in the interview. It was like some magazine or something interviewed him. There's no no mention about secrets, because I'd love to see secrets make a bit of a return in Dragonflight if possible. So that would be huge news, obviously. They also have just encrypted stuff really well for Dragonflight too, so I do like to see that. It's a little bit of a no spoiler thing, which I definitely enjoy, especially as somebody who, like, if I did know something ahead of time, I wouldn't make a video spoiling it, even though other people would, right? And even though I could clickbait that and stuff like that, I wouldn't do that. So for me, it's just better if it's not spoiled, because then, I learn about it and I immediately do it. And that's the way it is a lot of times with like the secrets, which I really enjoy. It allows me to still be one of the first people to have a video guide on how to do the secret, and allow me to naturally do it, like in the moment, right? And have fun doing it. So I very much enjoy that. So I like the whole encrypted thing. It fits more my personality, my style. So it's fine if there's not a ton of news because it's encrypted, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm super excited. Maybe I'll stream my leveling on Monday night. I'm not sure about that. If I do, it'll just be here on YouTube if I do stream it. I might be leveling with my cousin again. I did that for Shadowlands. So I might be leveling with him again. We'll see there. I'll probably still do a This Week in WoW video, probably brief, much like this one is. And I'm just super excited, guys. There'll be a lot more Ret content coming out once the expansion comes out. Obviously, there'll be a Ret 10.0 guide at some point. Usually that's going to be, I'm going to wait for like until the tuning's done, right? That way I don't have to make an immediate correction. Now there could still be a immediate correction being needed because of, you know, even in Shadowlands we had some cases where, okay, this is it, and then like a few days later, like, oh crap, we have to change that. And so if that's the case, then, you know, sometimes corrections are need to be made, but I don't think it's necessary to like make a guide, get the first one out, and have half of it be wrong because of, you know, tuning changes the next week, and then you just have to basically make a new video. But the first one's like completely lost. Like, yeah, you can get like a few more clicks or something that way, but again, that's just not really my personality, unfortunately. So yeah, probably, you know, right around when the raid releases, maybe right before it, maybe right after the raid releases, whenever the last set of like tuning goes through, is probably when that will be for all the Rep Paladins that follow me. I appreciate you guys very much. And I will have that guide up. And again, I will do my best. The thing I've been trying to do since BFA, really, like the end of BFA, which is really when I started doing the guides, in my opinion, well, is I'll try to give you the min-max answers, but I'm going to try to also talk to people who just play the game and don't min-max everything and don't want to simulate everything and everything like that. Try to do a healthy balance and kind of give both. So I'll continue to do that as well. And yeah, that's it for this week, guys. I'm super excited. I don't know what kind of content I'm going to put out this week. It'll be basically based on news, if news comes out or not. And other than that, I will be on Monday night leveling up my character. Super excited to do so. Hopefully everyone else is super excited as well for the expansion. I know a lot of Ret Paladins are not super excited because of the state of Ret right now. But the expansion is pretty cool. If there's other classes you like to play or anything like that, I hope you do get to enjoy the expansion because the dragon riding's neat and like all the casual stuff is really neat. And there's a lot of fun to be had if you just like to play the game. So that's it for this one, guys. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.